everybody. This is Nia Pierce, editor-in-chief at SheAttackTV, and we are doing Boss Lair live tonight, ladies and gentlemen. This is something that we've never done before, and I honestly think that if it's successful, maybe there's something we can do all the time. We might actually be able to bring you guys more Boss Lairs if we do it this way, because then that's less editing and stuff like that. But of course, I am met with my right-hand woman and my left-hand woman. So I'm going to go ahead and give it away to Erica. Go ahead and introduce yourself. Let the people know who you are, what you've been playing, and all that.
All right. What's going on, everyone? This is Erica. I am the co-manager of SheAttack.com, also a writer. What I've been playing, I mean, it's all about Zelda right now. Zelda's life. So that's what I've been playing. And I'm just, happy to be here. It's cool we're going live. This is our first live show, so get started.
All right, Jaleesa, go ahead and tell the people who you are, what you've been gaming on.
All right, people, what's going on, everybody out there? This is your girl, Jaleesa, aka Crunk Girl 711. I am a team lead right up under Erica and my lovely Nia, my lovely baby mama Nia.
Mwah.
I'm not lovely.
I know, right?
I see how it is.
Only one of us can be lovely. There's only room for one.
I can only have one baby mama at a time.
All right.
What have I been playing? I have been on Horizon Zero Dawn OD.
Yes.
I ain't got nowhere in the story. I've been playing. And tomorrow actually I'm gonna buy Ghost Recon, so I'll be playing that. But for the most part, I've been playing Horizon like OD.
That's what's up. So we're going to be talking about a couple of topics today. We're going live, so it's kind of a little impromptu. It's kind of just like a discussion that we want to bring to you guys. But for sure, we're going to be talking about the Nintendo Switch. Erica and I ended up getting the Switch at launch, and we have been playing Zelda. So we're going to be giving you our impressions, our pros and cons on the system. And then we're going to lead into a conversation about Zelda. And then we're going to be talking about Horizon Zero Dawn. And if we have any other topics after that, if you guys have any questions for us or any topics that you guys want us to chime in on, then feel free to do so in the comment section below. So first of all, let's go ahead and go into the Nintendo Switch. So as you guys know, it released, on Friday? It released on Friday. And that's pretty much all I've been playing, to be honest. Like Zelda. But I guess before I go into it, I want to go ahead and give Erica an opportunity to speak. And then I will give my pros and my cons on the console. And then we can go ahead and talk about Zelda. So Erica, go ahead and give your pros and cons real quick about the Nintendo Switch.
Pros and cons, like just go down the list.
Yeah, you can just do like a top of the head list or whatever that comes to mind to you.
Okay, the pros, obviously as a handheld, being able to take it on the go, that's really awesome. And I was thinking about this earlier, something I haven't mentioned in my videos or anything. I kind of have a bad back, like I have scoliosis, I have issues. So I was thinking about it, like, man, this really helps me out because I can just like lay on the couch, I could lay down on my bed, I could be more comfortable. Not necessarily always in front of my TV on one chair or whatever. So
right.
I like that. That works for me. Zelda is phenomenal, of course. What else? I don't have the Pro Controller, but the Joy-Con grip is not bad. It's actually a lot better than I imagined. And graphics are great as far as the game goes. The UI is clean. It just needs more. And
yeah.
Obviously, that's a con, just lack of features. Just not being able to message people, I think that alone would have really helped us to think like, okay, there's more here, but it
bruh.
Because like I'll see you online, Nia. I'm like, hey, it'd be cool if I could just say what's up or see where you're at in the game or anything really.
Right.
But I can't even message you, so that kind of sucks. And other than that, I mean, that's kind of like my main, I guess, pros and cons. The battery could be better, and that's about it that I can think of right now. I'll let you go ahead. If I think of anything else, I'll bring it up.
Okay. Well, as the resident Nintendo veteran on the other website, I have to preface that every time that I'm talking about something Nintendo related on the site, because I have a lot of experience with Nintendo, even the modern stuff for Nintendo. And I have to say, man, I'm just gonna go ahead and start with the cons first, okay? Like, y'all know, like, I'm a big, like, Nintendo chick, right? But I gotta keep it real with y'all. I gotta let you guys know the real of the real of the real. And I have to be honest, like, the Nintendo Switch, as far as the actual firmware, you know, what is inside of the thing, it's pretty much as basic as it gets as a console launch. It is it's rushed. You know, I think that Nintendo was trying to hurry up and get the Nintendo Switch to the market because, of course, you know, the Wii U was very lackluster. It ended on a sore note as well. Even though the Wii U had some of the best games, in my opinion, of the gen, I mean, some very highly rated, very good games, there was still other problems with the Wii U fundamentally, like with the console, and a lot of people didn't take to that. And so Nintendo wanted to hurry up and get the Switch out and bring some fresh content, I think, for the fans, so that it wouldn't be so much of a wait time between devices. That's my personal opinion. And I do think that Kimishima himself, I do think I recall, y'all let me know if I'm wrong or not, but I do think that I recall Kimishima even admitting that they were trying to go ahead and get the Switch to the market, and that's the reason why they decided to bring it out in spring instead of like a fall season, because that is a time where they would have the market to themselves. They don't have to compete with like the Scorpio, for instance, that's likely to be coming in the fall. They needed to get something out that wasn't the Wii U. I mean, the 3DS is doing great, but even the 3DS is getting old. The 3DS came out in 2011, so they just wanted to get it out, and it shows. To be honest, it shows. Like right now, the only thing you literally can do is add friends and play Zelda. Like literally, that is it. So that is a con. The fact that it was so bare bones, and I understand why they did it, you know, but that don't make it right. It still should have came with more. They still should have made sure that everything was lined up. They knew this thing was coming, so they should have tried to get things working, or, you know, they should have made sure things were getting done expeditiously. I don't know if I'm using that word right, but y'all get what I'm saying with that, right? But as far as what it does it well. It plays games well. As an actual device, it's sturdy. It feels nice and sleek in your hands. The design of it overall, I think, is nice. I know that there are some people out there that are having issues, I guess, with the dock scratching their screen. I personally am not having that issue. I'm not having any desyncing issues like a lot of people either. I'm sorry that kind of stuff is happening, but that's kind of like what happens at a launch. I mean, there's some things that happens. I mean, it happens with pretty much every console. It's just one of those unfortunate things that hopefully you can get over with your warranty and through Nintendo customer service and things like that. But so far, everything works 100% for me. It does what it's supposed to do. Another con for me, friend codes. And that was actually one of the things that surprised me, because Nintendo finally has a unified account system. I don't know if you guys know this, but I actually made a video about it about a year or so ago. They have unified accounts now where you have a universal ID that works across all Nintendo things. I know they synced it with the 3DS, they synced it with the Wii U. You use your Nintendo ID for like Super Mario Run, like their mobile stuff like Super Mario Run and Fire Emblem Heroes, as well as Miitomo. So they have everything unified. I mean, even when you're trying to add your friends on the Nintendo Switch, you can add people that you have friended on Miitomo and Fire Emblem Heroes, which is how I friended a lot of people. I don't really do a whole lot of friend codes because I did it through that method. So we know the functionality is there. I guess that's just a long-winded way of saying I know it's there. They just not doing it. And I know that with the whole user IDs, you do have the ability to change your ID at any moment in time. Like right now, my Nintendo ID is it's my alias that I go by on my personal channel. But if I wanted to change it tomorrow, I can. So I think maybe there's something that they're trying to fix on the back end that kind of makes it, I guess, a little bit more seamless. Because if you can add me at whatever my ID is today, and then I change it tomorrow, maybe there's some kind of like glitching or something that happens on the back end that they're still trying to work on. That's what I'm thinking. So hopefully they figured it out. Another thing that I feel like is a con, is that there is no media features. We're still waiting on media features. We're still waiting on the online overall service. They did mention before launch that none of this stuff was gonna come, so it's not a surprise to me. But it's still something that I have to bring up because when you're actually in the interface itself, it does seem like mad empty. Like it is what it is, right? But they said for the summertime is when they're going to be bringing all of these services over, and they're going to be free until the fall, which is when they're going to start their paid service. So whenever they come in the summertime, I will be able to give more thoughts about that whole ordeal. But that is something that I want to note, and I think people need to know, because there's a lot of people that are not like me. They don't follow like gaming news all the time. So some people will get this thing and not see all of this stuff and then be like mad disappointed. And I think it's honestly, even though I understand why they were trying to hurry up and get it to the market, it's kind of an unfortunate thing that they launched it like this, because here you have this device that's so awesome fundamentally. Like, I'll go into the cons in a little bit. I mean, the pros in a little bit. Like, it does so well fundamentally. And then for you to open this thing that's essentially a tablet and not have the whole tablet experience, like, you know, using online features and things like that. So I feel like those are like the major cons. Like, the whole feature stuff is like huge cons for me personally. Now I'm going to go ahead and go into my pros. So as far as the pros are concerned, it's very good build quality. I remember when they first unveiled the Switch and what it looks like in the October trailer. They showed us what it looked like. It was a very sleek looking tablet, very similar to the Nvidia Shield like tablets and things like that. And it looked really nice. And one of my concerns is that, you know, Nintendo has always been known for making like super sturdy products, right? Like, you have like Game Boys that last like the test of time, like they can last through like nuclear bomb blast. So one of my concerns was that it was going to be like, okay, are they forfeiting a sturdy console just to make it look sleek? That was like my main concern. But then you get the console and it feels sturdy. It feels like it's well built. It doesn't feel like it's just like some glassy thing that's going to break if you just so happen to drop it on the floor. So I was actually really pleased about that. The Joy-Cons actually feel really good to me in portable mode. As far as the on the Joy-Con grip, I don't know, because I don't really play with the Joy-Con grip. But when I did try the Joy-Con grip when I first bought the console, it felt good to me. But then again, I have small hands, so I can't really speak for anyone else. But I don't know enough about how it plays because I haven't played it enough. I played it a little bit for Zelda, and then I switched to my Pro Controller. But from what I can tell, for me, it's fine. Of course, the Pro Controller is better, obviously, but it's fine. It will suffice until you can get a Pro Controller, or if they decide to make like a bigger grip or whatever.
If we could find a Pro Controller.
Dude, I got lucky. Dude. Like, I literally walked in the GameStop the day that it came out, and I didn't pre-order because all the pre-orders were sold out. And so I walked in the GameStop, and they just had them chilling. Like, I guess they ordered more than they actually needed. And I was like, yo, are those up for pre-order? Or are those somebody else? It's like, nah, we just got some extra. So I was like, cool, I got one. And I paid $12. I paid $12 because I had mad store credit. Like, I traded in, like, dude, I traded in my
That's good.
Bro, I didn't pay a single cent for my Switch or my Pro Controller.
Did I tell you the freaking screen protectors are sold out too? I can't
That's
even find
crazy.
How to get it on Amazon.
Yeah, I want to get.
Some of them aren't even going to ship till like
the 11th or something. I saw some that won't ship until like next week. Yeah.
It's crazy.
So like, I traded in my Xbox One, which hurt me because I like to hold on to my stuff. So I traded in my Xbox One. I traded in my OG 3DS, which was the launch 3DS, and a couple of 3DS games. I traded in, I think, Halo 5, which hurt me. I don't think I traded in any of my other Xbox games. I traded in a whole bunch of my Wii U games, so I just got like mad credit at GameStop. So my Switch was paid off, my Zelda was paid off. I got some money on Splatoon and Mario Kart, which is coming next month. So your girl is pretty set up, low key. But anyway, let me talk more about my pros. So I'm realizing that the older I get, the more the Switch concept actually works for me, because I literally work 7 days a week. Like, literally 7 days a week. On the weekdays, I work from 7:30 to 3:30 at the school. And then on a weekend, I work at a women's shelter. And I'm working graveyard 12-hour shifts at night. So, like, I'm really thankful for the Switch right now, because I can just kill time, like, just playing Zelda at work. And, like, it works for me. I ain't tripping. So, like, fundamentally, it works as a console. Like, it works perfectly on my TV. It works perfectly in portable mode. It works really well in tabletop mode. But I'm kind of used to that type of play style anyway, because even on the Wii U, you could play, like, tabletop mode with the off-screen play. So it's a familiar concept to me. But just the fact that I'm able to take it around with me seamlessly without having to take, like, a whole other part of it with me is great. Like, with the Wii U, I used to also take my Wii U to work. But, of course, like, with the Switch, all you need is, like, the tablet and a charger, you know? So it's like, it works for me. I know a lot of people aren't really portable gamers, so I guess that part of the Switch doesn't really appeal to them, but it appeals to me. And it works. It does exactly what it's supposed to do. It is exactly what it's made to do. And I think that's the saving grace of the Switch, even though on a firmware level and a feature level, it's mad bare bones. But the UI is very sleek, like Erica mentioned, and very clean looking. I like that. I didn't like the Wii U. The Wii U was kind of like cluttered and kind of boring. And on the Switch, it's basic and it's clean, but to me, I don't really find it boring. I think that I think it looks really nice aesthetically. I just can't wait till they bring the other stuff. You know.
Do you think some of it is they're, like, holding things off because they're gonna charge for it later?
What do you mean?
Like, as far as features, you know, media players, things like that.
I don't think they're gonna charge for media features later.
I hope not, because you know how sometimes, like, Xbox Live and things like that.
Oh, you mean like Netflix being behind a paywall?
Yeah, like stuff behind paywalls and just this stuff being so bare boned right now.
Yeah.
I thought sometimes I just think that maybe they're just holding this stuff back. They're gonna bring it in waves, possibly. And I don't know.
I don't know. That didn't occur to me. I think it just wasn't ready. I think that they
I think it's like a mix of both, possibly.
I just think it wasn't ready. I don't think they're holding it back to put it behind a paywall. I wouldn't be surprised if it's behind a paywall, but I don't think that's why they're not there. Like, they're not there because Nintendo wasn't ready. Like, let's just keep it real.
Yeah.
They wasn't ready. So it is what it is. But there was an article that I saw today that Reggie's saying that they're talking to Amazon and Netflix and Hulu and all of them right now to try to get the stuff coming. So
they're
hopefully,
like barely talking to them?
I don't know. I didn't really see the details, but it's coming. That's all I know. They wasn't ready.
That's all we know.
That's all I know is they wasn't ready. So I guess with that, I mean, I don't know what else to say about the Switch. I mean, it just kind of is what it is right now. It's kind of a means to an end to play Zelda for me right now. And I'm not really upset about it. I mean, I wish it was there, but I knew it going in.
I think that's why, like, I'm not disappointed or anything. Like, this is what I expected. Like, this is what I'd be doing anyways. Like, I would just be playing Zelda.
Yeah.
But that's why I brought up the messaging, because, like, I would definitely be messaging people.
Y'all hear me?
Yeah.
I couldn't hear y'all before. I mean,
that's weird.
Before.
We're just talking.
Yeah, we're just talking about the Switch.
I was gonna say, I heard y'all talking about you feel like they weren't ready. I was saying that that was my exact question I was getting ready to ask both of y'all. Do you feel like the Switch was rushed?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Would you
have been
happier if they would have pushed it back so everything would have been there and launched?
I think I'm okay with where they are right now, because obviously that means I get Zelda. But here's what I think.
I wanted more than Zelda at launch, because a lot of people, that's really the only game I think of people said they bought.
I don't care about them. I care about me. I mean, like, just I'm keeping it 100% though. Like, I don't care about them. Here's what I think. Here are my honest thoughts about the launch cycle of the Switch. My honest opinions, right? I think it was rushed. But I think that they did it because they didn't want to compete with the Scorpio. I think they wanted to make sure that they had a whole quarter to themselves. And here's what I also think. I don't know. A lot of people are talking about the Nintendo Switch launch, which is bare, which it is bare. I don't disagree with that. However, their entire year is lit. Like, Zelda's only here right now, but then you got other games coming. Like, you got Splatoon 2 coming. You got Mario Kart 8 Deluxe coming next month. You got Fire Emblem Warriors coming. You got Mario coming. You got other games coming. So I think what they're doing really is they're getting whatever there is out now, and there's going to be like a trickle down for the rest of the year. And then the fall is really when they're going to go balls to the wall because Mario will be here. That's what I honestly think. Hopefully it plays out that way. Nintendo don't ever do what you expect them to do.
Yeah.
But that's what I honestly think. I think they did what they made it a point to make sure that it did what it's supposed to do.
Right.
And then the rest will follow.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Did what it was supposed to do regardless of when it came out, to be honest with you.
You think? I don't think, to be honest, I don't think people would have cared if it was sharing the limelight with the Scorpio. Because of the dude.
When it comes to that 98, you know how people like ratings. When it came to that 98 Zelda and that Mario, people were gonna buy it.
Man, Zelda was gonna get high ratings anyway because Zelda is lit,
yeah,
okay?
I'm saying for people to actually buy this thing, I don't care. I feel like it didn't matter when it was coming out, that it was gonna sell regardless.
I don't know, cause like here's
handheld, so I'm thinking it's gonna do better than it. I mean, it's like a handheld and a console.
Yeah.
And a lot of the 3DS people were gonna buy it anyway, no matter when it came out.
Yeah, I think the 3DS people gonna be on board regardless. Like, you going from like 240p to 720p at most on the handheld.
And I had another question.
Yeah.
Yeah, cause y'all know I'm the odd girl out this time.
Nah, you cool. You good.
So
you
I have a
good.
question.
It's good that you don't really, it's good that we don't all follow the same stuff. Like, that keeps it interesting. Like, ask away.
I know some people who have Switches who have told me that they have trouble with playing docked and then playing off, like with Zelda. That's like, I think, what did my homeboy tell me? He said he doesn't want to play Zelda on his the tablet, that he prefers to play it on like at home, and he feels that it runs better not docked.
I haven't had that experience.
Like with frame rates or just in general?
I think frame rates, and then I think it's 720p on the screen. And
yeah.
Then put it on your regular TV. I think he has like a 4K something. I know he has a 4K TV.
It's probably because it's being like upscaled, right? I mean, I'm not like tech.
Yeah, I think so.
That's probably what.
It might be
blurry.
I haven't noticed that personally.
Do you have 4K TV or no?
No, I use my monitor. My monitor is only 1080p.
Yeah, because I have like just typical 720 cheap Vizio
no,
TV,
I was just
and like
wondering.
it looks
Maybe there's a delay with the 4K TV or something.
Yeah, I mean, I literally don't know. And then I know
Yeah.
Max from YouTube. What's his name? The guy that does the fighting games. He had trouble with his Switch. I know
Maximilian. Yeah. It wasn't reading his cartridges.
Really? That's weird.
Where he was having trouble with his Switch, and then I know some people were trying to hook it to their Elgatos and was having troubles. And something about the left Joy-Con. It was
the desyncing. Like, I haven't had any of those
either. But I mean, it's out there. It's happening. It's unfortunate. But I mean, we're all pretty much guinea pigs right now.
We're pretty much guinea pigs right now. So there's gonna be some issues. Like, even like when the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One came out, there was issues. It's just one of those things. Like, you get it day one. Sometimes that's like, I'm just happy it ain't happening to me because I'm selfish like that. But I'm sorry it's happening to y'all.
Yeah.
But I haven't had any issues with my Switch yet. So.
Is there another game that y'all actually bought with the system other than Zelda?
No. let me tell you what games are out right now. Let me tell you what. Listen, you gonna see why when I tell you what games are out right now. we finna. No, Snipper Clips is hot. I ain't gonna lie, but I ain't got that.
But that's
so let me tell you what. So today they actually uploaded like how many, like they uploaded some Neo Geo games, so that's some form of like virtual console, I guess. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6. Okay, 6. Sorry. So they have 6 Neo Geo games right now. Some King of Fighters things and Metal Slug and some other games. There's Blaster Master, which also came out today. This rhythm game called Voez came out today. Let's see what else is on the eShop. Of course, Zelda, Super Bomberman R, which actually kind of looks interesting. I'll probably get it when it's cheap. 1-2 Switch, Shovel Knight Spectre of Torment, Shovel Knight Treasure Trove, Just Dance 2017, Fast RMX, which is like a Wipeout or F-Zero type game, which is actually pretty fun. I have it on the Wii U. Snipper Clips and I Am Setsuna. And while some of these games are interesting to me, like Fast RMX is interesting to me, I Am Setsuna is interesting to me. I plan on getting Snipper Clips so me and my boyfriend can play that together. And I also like Shovel Knight, but like when you look at that, like Zelda outclasses everything on eShop. So people gonna play Zelda.
I think 1-2 Switch did good, didn't it? I
think don't nobody care about that game.
It did. I heard it's
Man, nobody cares about that game, bro.
I know Bari bought I Am Setsuna, which is an excellent JRPG.
It actually has online on the Switch version. Can you believe it?
And something else somebody bought. Somebody said, I think Blandrew said that we were in a thing last night. He was talking about it, and he said he tried online with the game, but it didn't work too well.
The Super Bomberman probably.
It might have been.
Super Bomberman R has been having issues with people.
Yeah, so.
Because Super Bomberman R and I Am Setsuna, I think the only games right now that have online.
I asked people, like, have y'all been online yet? And it was like, well, you can't send people messages. So I'm like, okay. It was like, it's only one game. And he was like, it doesn't work that well. I'm like, oh no. Because Splatoon, hopefully it works well by the time Splatoon comes out.
Splatoon gonna work.
Or Mario Kart.
Yeah, Mario Kart come out next month, so we gonna find out if it work or not.
Nintendo got to step their game up, because now we paying y'all or we or gamers in general are about to start paying for it. So
they gonna start paying in the fall, so they better have it together by then.
Better have something.
So basically, what I was trying to say there is that Zelda to me is like basically the only game on the system right now.
It's a Zelda machine right now.
It's a Zelda machine right now. Like, let's be honest. Like, if you're not a diehard Zelda fan, like, what are you doing with the Switch? That's all I'm gonna say. But since we talked about Zelda, let's talk about this lit game right now. So, Erica, I've been talking too long. Go ahead and give your impressions on Zelda.
Can I talk? No, I'm just kidding.
I've been talking too long.
My impressions on Zelda. Oh my gosh. It's phenomenal. I mean, I've been waiting for this game. You know how you play something or you watch something and you're like, man, I never knew I needed this, but I need it. Like, you know, I was anticipating this game, but I didn't know it was going to be like this.
That's exactly how I feel.
Like, all these other games coming out, like, I was so excited for Neo, and then I was excited for Horizon, and I was like, oh yeah, and Zelda's coming, okay, cool. But it just completely took over my life. It's like, I didn't expect that, you know? I mean, I should have. It's freaking Zelda, but I don't know. It was just kind of in the back of my mind. But now that it's here, it's awesome. I mean, the physics in this game, the open world, how alive it is. Even though on the surface, like, it kind of looks, like there's not a lot going on. Everybody's saying, like, it's so empty. It looks like there's nothing there. But when you actually play the game, like, you uncover all of the stuff that is there. You uncover, like, secrets. You uncover how to, like, interact with the world. The cooking is lit.
Dude!
Combat is lit. Like, there's just a lot here, and like, I don't know what I was expecting. I guess I thought it was going to be empty, or I thought this is going to be very different. I don't know about this, but man, it's good. It's really good.
It's interesting because it's like when they first, like last week before we had the game, and they were all like, oh man, Zelda's like 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10. Like, I knew it was going to be good. But I felt like, like how sometimes when people are really excited for something, they kind of oversell it because they're excited. Like, I knew it was going to be good, but some of me wondered, like, hey, like, are they overselling it just a little bit or nah? But then, like, I played it for myself, and I'm like, bro.
Like,
bruh.
For real. Like,
bruh. That's all I'm saying. And I'm a huge Zelda fangirl. But, I'm objective, too. So I try to look at things from, like, different perspectives. I'm like, okay, they say it's good, and I think it's gonna be good too. But like, is it really like that good? You know, so that's kind of the.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
I was excited, but I was still kind of hesitant. I guess I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
But what else can I say? Like, I've had moments. I don't know if you've probably had some of these too, Nia. Probably completely different moments, and that's what's so awesome about this.
We're in two completely different parts of the game.
We have two completely like, you know, just different
perspectives, right?
And it reminds me of like the old days. You know, you play games and then you're on the playground talking about it. You're like, hey, where did you find this? And then, oh, I found this over here. And you have like just different stories, you know?
Right.
And like, for example, you know how you can get electrocuted because it's, you know, from the lightning or whatever.
Oh my God, the first time that happened to me.
Yeah, well, I could see my weapons kind of like starting to sizzle or whatever, like it was about to happen, and then I quickly switched to my wooden weapons, and then it stopped.
Oh
and
my gosh,
like, that's freaking sick! Like that is so awesome.
Yes.
And then like slipping on things because it's wet, and making that pepper soup so you could go in the cold. Like you warm up some peppers. You eat it, and it says you can withstand the cold for like how many minutes? Like 7 minutes, 12 minutes, or something like that. That's freaking awesome. And on paper, some of this stuff sounds annoying, like the weapons breaking, the weather effects and things like that. The stuff I'm talking about right now, it sounds like it could be annoying, but when you play it, it's actually not. Like it actually adds to the game.
It adds so much to the game.
Yeah, like it makes it more challenging. You know how I feel about challenging games.
Yeah.
Everybody knows I love Neo. And
I was really interested in actually hearing your impressions on the combat because you're into like those super hardcore or hardcore. Mm-hmm. So it's like I really wanted to know like your thoughts about the combat. Like to me, I'm a weenie, so like it was super hard for me, dude. Like I was getting boxed by like bokoblins after the Great Plateau area, dude.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, I wonder how.
Dying left and right.
That's like, crazy.
A bunch of times. I've never died this much in a Zelda game ever. At least I don't think I have.
Right.
So that's like to me because I like that stuff. I'm just sick or something. Like I like to.
You got problems, girl.
Die and like learn from it and all of that. That's just something that's really appealing to me. So having that in Zelda is just like cherry on top for me. It's so much better.
Right. Are you happy that Zelda isn't holding your hand anymore, basically, and that it just like throw you out there and you figure it out?
I love that, but you know what? That's how Zelda used to be, though. Like back in the day when it was like top down, still like with the original NES game and A Link to the Past. It was yeah. It really.
I mean, it's like more that way now, where you literally have to figure it out.
Oh yeah, like.
Because I mean, like so yeah.
Things. I heard a lot of people was like, man, I keep dying in the cold, and I kept
tell them about them peppers. Tell them.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, are people really telling you that? Tell them they ain't playing the game. Tell them they need to think. Here's the thing that I've learned about Zelda: you cannot go into this game with the typical Zelda, 3D Zelda mindset. Like you have, like I remember when I first, like one of the most jarring, and it sounds so simple, but one of the most jarring things I experienced, like you know, like when you first leave the shrine in the beginning, and then you head out into the wild, and you're on the Great Plateau, and then you go down that hill, and you talk to the old man, and then you know he's like, okay, well, you know, be free, do whatever, right? So you're free into the world, and you see, you know, there's apples on the trees. Like, okay, apples look real good. Let's go ahead and get these apples real quick. And hearts, and like, dude. You have to scavenge for your resources. You have to make stuff yourself to survive. And you got to figure it out by yourself because they don't free. Get the apples. I'm like, you mean to tell me that I have to pick my own apples with my hands? Like, what? That is correct. Like, dude. Like, I know that sounds so stupid and simple. But, like, just the realism that they add. Like, you have to make your own resource. Like, we're no longer in the days where you can just go to a field of grass and get rupees. Tell you they don't hold your hand. You just got to figure it out. Mm-hmm. They really just put you in a world and say go. Literally.
Yeah. There's like little hints here and there, like descriptions of the items.
Right.
Like or sometimes you'll run into another traveler and he'll tell you like, oh, I saw so and so and they do this or they sell this or whatever. There's things like that, so you have to kind of pay attention.
Right.
But other than that, like you're just what you have to do because the situations change so quickly.
Right. It's not like, you know, the weather effects are just there to make the game look pretty. Like they actually add to the gameplay and how you do things and how you get things done and accomplish things. Like, dude, I'm trying to keep it spoiler free. The truth, I'm sorry, I'm trying to keep it spoiler free. But that's like that part was in the trailer and all that, so that's not really spoiler. But
I asked about the story. I mean,
not
I highly recommend it.
And like the weather effects, like actually affects your gameplay. Like there'll be times when I'm like climbing up on top of a mountain trying to get to a certain destination. No, here's what I feel about Ocarina of Time, and y'all gonna hate me, okay? I love Ocarina of Time.
I never played a Zelda game, but the 3DS one.
Well, not just y'all, but people in the chat too. But like, no, we're not gonna talk about that because that's spoilers.
Is it better than some of the other Zeldas you played?
This is probably the best Zelda game I ever played, dude. Except for A Link to the Past, because I'm nostalgic.
Just on your own, like you have no help. There's no Navi there saying, "Hey, look, nothing."
Yes. Yes.
So it's a trip. It's something to experience what you have to do because the situations change so quickly.
Right. It's not like, the weather effects are just there to make the game look pretty. Like they actually add to the gameplay and how you do things and how you get things done and accomplish things. Like, dude, I'm trying to keep it spoiler free. The truth, I'm sorry, I'm trying to keep it spoiler free. But that's like that part was in the trailer and all that, so that's not really spoiler. But
I asked about the story. I mean,
I highly recommend it.
And like the weather effects, like actually affects your gameplay. Like there'll be times when I'm like climbing up on top of a mountain trying to get to a certain destination.
What you have to do because the situations change so quickly.
Right. It's not like, the weather effects are just there to make the game look pretty. Like they actually add to the gameplay and how you do things and how you get things done and accomplish things. Like, dude, I'm trying to keep it spoiler free. The truth, I'm sorry, I'm trying to keep it spoiler free. But that's like that part was in the trailer and all that, so that's not really spoiler. But
I asked about the story. I mean,
no. Here's what I feel about Ocarina of Time, and y'all gonna hate me. Okay, I love Ocarina of Time.
I never played a Zelda game, but the 3DS one.
Well, not just y'all, but people in the chat too. But like, no, we're not gonna talk about that because that's spoilers.
Is it better than some of the other Zeldas you played?
This is probably the best Zelda game I ever played, dude. Except for A Link to the Past, because I'm nostalgic. Well, you remember we live too, so like, I love Ocarina of Time. It's a great game.
It's the GOAT.
But in my opinion, it's not the GOAT. Here's what I think about Ocarina of Time. There's no such thing as a bad Zelda game, so don't think I'm crapping on the game. I think that Ocarina of Time is just it is. Boom, there it is. And people keep saying like, oh, Zelda's finally open world. Like, dude, people don't know this because I don't know why people acting brand new when it come down to Zelda, okay? But Zelda was Link to the Past in 3D because the greatest game of all time is The Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past. Boom, there it is. Boom, like this before Ocarina of Time.
Right.
That's what people don't understand. Like they didn't play them. I didn't play the original Legend of Zelda. I didn't get introduced to the Legend of Zelda till A Link to the Past. But even in like the original NES Zelda, the old man give you the sword. He say, it's dangerous to go alone. Take this and you go. Right. Just like how it is in this game. It's funny because that's literally what's happening. Anyway, so I don't want to give too much away. I'm trying to avoid spoilers. So, and
but it's kind of like the same formula. That's
same formula, right? Like you talk to an old man. He say go, you go. And you can go anywhere you want to go from that point. So then, in A Link to the Past, it's a little bit more structured than the original, but there is no dungeon order. You can go in whatever order you want to go in, go wherever you want to go, and it's fine. It's cool. It wasn't until Ocarina of Time when they started giving you assistance like Navi and like telling you where to go. And don't get me wrong, I love the game, but that's where it started. So when I see a game like not Ocarina of Time, Breath of the Wild, I'm like, yes. Because my favorite Zeldas personally, while I do love the 3D games as well, are the top-down ones. So the Breath of the Wild found a way to take what I loved about the top-down Zeldas and bring it to the 3D space.
Right.
Like, I'm done. I'm done because I'm gonna talk. I'm about to spoil some stuff.
Asking because y'all are the Zelda people, so.
And Erica can give her opinions too, because I mean,
I liked Link to the Past. I didn't beat it because when I played it, I was much younger.
Yeah,
I just remember.
I didn't beat it till I was an adult, to be honest. Like, I played it as a kid, but I beat it as an adult.
Yeah, because like, I just remember playing the beginning over and over, like that, you know, getting to Zelda, getting the sword, like.
Yep, exactly.
And the weather, like it was raining, and the music, it was just like,
yes.
so epic. So iconic, and that's something like I'll never forget.
Yeah.
And as a kid, I used to do that. I used to play the beginning just like over and over with games because sometimes they were just too hard or whatever.
Yeah.
But I'll never forget that. So yeah, I always think about Link to the Past as like, you know, classic, just iconic. Like that's the best word.
That's where it started for me.
Yeah, and Ocarina of Time, because I was older, I was already in high school because I'm old. So I was in high school, and so when that game came out, it was just more like, I guess because I was so impressionable and just so much like at my prime, I guess, as like playing games. I don't know, like that's when I really started to get more deeper into games as far as like having them make me feel something and the anticipation for them. I anticipated the heck out of Ocarina of Time. Like I had dreams about it. I remember I was dreaming about it before it even came out. And then when it came out, it was like everything. It was so good. So
yeah, it's a great game. It's a good game.
Like,
great game.
The music and, you know, it being 3D, the graphics, like timeless. Just such a good game. So, to me, that's my favorite, just because of like my feelings and everything surrounding it, my experience. That's why it's my favorite. But I mean, like you said, there's no bad. For the most part, there's no bad Zelda game.
For the most part. So I guess Triforce don't count, do it.
Well, there's a couple I heard that are bad, but I didn't play them, so I don't know.
Like the ones on the DS, like Spirit Tracks and.
Yeah.
I don't know. I never played those either. I've only played the console ones.
But I'm okay. If you had to rank them, do you think you could do it?
If I had to rank the Zeldas, oh my goodness, my top. Oh shoot!
Let's do top 3.
Top 3?
Yeah, top 3.
Okay. I don't know. I need to beat Breath of the Wild first. But so far, Breath of the Wild and A Link to the Past are like duking it out right now. Not even gonna lie. And surprisingly, another one of my favorite Zeldas, which is one that a lot of people didn't like, was Skyward Sword. That's like one of my favorite Zeldas. Yeah. Like, that's when they started really incorporating the RPG stuff, like the breaking weapons. Like, they had stuff like that in Skyward Sword. But a lot of people didn't play Skyward Sword.
Full of surprises today.
I think the reason why I like Skyward Sword so much is really because of the narrative. Like, they actually found a way to make that timeline make sense.
You know what, though? I think I was almost spot on with the rating that Zelda got. I was proud of myself.
Me too. We both said 96.
I thought it was going to be like 95.
No, because Kofi asked on Twitter, and I put a 96, and I kept telling people,
96 too.
Do not think that these critics are not going to like Zelda, because they always do. You can go on Metacritic and look at every Zelda score. I looked at it, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to give it a 96, 97.
Let's go ahead and talk about that, though. Like, Mia, do you think, because everybody thinks that Nintendo just gets a pass. Like, Zelda is only getting good ratings because it's nostalgia. It's not that good. It has performance issues, so why is it a 10?
Every other game. Yeah, like every other game does.
If this was an Xbox game or even a Sony game and it had frame rate issues and other things, it'd probably not get a 10.
I don't know. I don't think Nintendo gets. I don't think Nintendo gets a pass though. Like, I think that, like, when it comes down to Nintendo, the media jumps at every opportunity to write some kind of negative spin about what they're doing. So why would they give them a pass for, like, reviews? That's my whole thing. Like, you're talking about the company that gets beaten down the most by the media, and a lot of times it's deserved. Sometimes it's not. But you're talking about a company that gets bashed by everybody because it's just fun to do, even when they ain't doing nothing. You're saying there's media bias for a company that gets bashed consistently in the media. Like, that doesn't make sense to me personally.
Yeah.
I do think that the name holds weight. I will say that. But I don't think that it's like a bias thing. I just think it's one of those kind of things where the franchise is just legitimately good. And like people expect it to be good because it's Zelda. And it's just unfortunate for a lot of the people out there who's saying this that Zelda's an actual good franchise.
But perfectly said.
Here's the thing. No, let's talk about this real quick because I'm sick of this. Because I remember Erica was talking about this on Twitter with someone else. I don't remember. Talking about this on Twitter. There's a lot of people out there who are salty about Zelda's scores. And my only response to that is people need to accept that Zelda is just good. It's just good.
I'm gonna clap.
It's just a good franchise. Facts.
Hashtag facts.
It's facts.
Anybody who thought Zelda was not going to get a high score, what world do you live in? And I don't even look. I've never played a Zelda game other than the one on 3DS, and even I know this. If you expected Zelda to get a low score, I don't know what world you live in.
Zelda's just good, man. It's just good. And not only that, like a lot of people are saying that the Legend of Zelda is getting.
I knew what it was gonna get.
But it's not even the fact that it's Zelda though. Like people have to understand, like Zelda Breath of the Wild is not like any Zelda we've seen since back in the day. Like remember what I mentioned earlier today about how Ocarina of Time was really what set the precedent for the whole, you having some type of assistant to help you navigate the world. Like that's the Zelda that a lot of people know. A lot of people don't know A Link to the Past. A lot of people don't know the original Legend of Zelda. A lot of people don't know, some of these other Zeldas. All they know is Ocarina of Time and up. And so when you have a game like Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild that comes out, completely flips the Zelda formula on its head, and does open world legit on the first try, dude, it's just good. That's all I can say. Like I can understand if it was like a Legend of Zelda game that was like Ocarina of Time. Same format, same old thing. You talk to this person, you get a dungeon. You get the weapon. The weapon helps you defeat that dungeon. If it was like that, I could understand. But this Zelda is not like any Zelda we've seen essentially since the NES and the SNES. And a lot of people don't know that Zelda. That's why I feel like people are really just prejudging based on the name. Because it's a Zelda game. We've had Zelda since, the NES. Oh, it's Zelda. But they completely underestimate what this game is doing right now for the franchise. This game is completely different than the other 3D Zelda games. Like, stuff that you... Like, don't get me wrong, I love Zelda. But, like, the stuff that you do in Breath of the Wild... You ain't done this stuff in no other 3D Zelda.
Yep.
It's like it's an action RPG. It's an open world title. It's a survival game. It's all of that in one. But I'm done preaching. I'm done preaching because here's the thing. Because listen, I'm hearing it. I'm ignoring it because I know it's just a couple of salty people. But I had to address it because this is the first time I actually talked about it. And people just need to accept it. And I hate to say this, Jaleesa. Jaleesa, I hate to say this. A lot of it is coming from your camp.
Oh.
Because they mad. Listen, because they're mad because they said that Horizon was going to be the Zelda killer. But Zelda's still Zelda.
I mean, but from what I'm hearing, Horizon is going to outsell Zelda.
Well, yeah. Of course it's going to outsell Zelda. It should outsell Zelda. Here's the thing. Horizon is a great game. Horizon is a great game. It needs to sell. It's a new IP. It's a great game. It's on a console with an astounding user base. It should sell. But one of the games lets you do stuff that the other game don't. That's all I'm going to say. But that does not negate the fact that they're both solid games. And that's what people need to understand.
In my opinion, if you're pissed off that Zelda got a great score, I don't even get what you're gaming for. You should be happy that everybody is getting something.
Everybody winning, bruh. Sony fans are winning. Nintendo fans are winning. Everybody, well, shut up, Erica.
The only people who should be pissed right now are the ones who gotta wait till June.
Dang.
I'm just saying.
Wait till E3. Wait till E3.
Dang.
Most
Dang.
PlayStation fans shouldn't be mad right now.
And PlayStation got mad games. That's another thing I don't understand. PlayStation has game after game after game right now. Why are they upset?
What? It's March right now. By April, if everything holds up like I think it's gonna hold up, PlayStation is gonna have at least 6 games that
Exactly.
are exclusives that are like a 90 to a 80 on Metacritic.
Exactly. So it's like I don't understand where the stock is coming from. Like y'all got mad games coming out. There's no reason for anybody to be mad except for Xbox people.
Xbox guys who was fucking pissed off too.
Xbox dudes are mad at everything right now. They mad at everybody except for the people they need to be mad at right now.
Pissed off about Horizon. Was like, oh, it ain't that good, and I was like, yo, they complaining and bitching and moaning, and
They don't. It's because they're jealous. They don't have it.
Because it was supposed to be Zelda, Horizon, Scalebound. They don't have that no more, so they mad at everybody.
They're mad because they don't have it.
No, I didn't get it, yo. I was like, I don't get why people are so mad. Like, this is like one of the best years we've had in a long time, where you can't complain and say you ain't got shit to play.
And they're all like great games, like not just those filler games. Like they're all great games.
With 20, I told people if everything stays the way it's staying and the dates and nothing is getting delayed, this may be one of the best years we've had since 2013.
It's the best.
Because Mass Effect
is the best. I agree. It's the best.
Think it's the best because Mass Effect is coming.
Yeah.
What else is coming?
Shadow of War.
Shadow of War is coming.
Amazing.
My personal game of the year, I don't care what nobody say, even though it's a Japanese game, but Persona 5, I'm telling you.
That's a big game though. Like a lot of people love that game.
Will be getting a 90 or above Metacritic score. I'm telling people that now, so they won't be pissed off when it does. It's
I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna go on your channel and leave.
Persona sucks, right?
Zelda's better, damn it. Better.
100-hour plus game, yo, and I'm gonna be on it.
I know you're gonna be live streaming heavy.
Yes,
but so
don't hit me with no copyright strikes, though.
Girl. So we're reaching like 50 minutes, and I want us to have time to actually talk about Horizon. Unfortunately, I haven't had a chance to play Horizon because I can't play 2 open world games at the same time. So I wanted to play Zelda, get that out of my system, and then get Horizon. So I do still anticipate playing Horizon. That game looks dope. It was one of my most anticipated games for the PlayStation 4. And we have Jaleesa here who has been playing a lot of Horizon. So I'm going to let Jaleesa go ahead and have the floor since it's pretty much been the Erica and Nia show for like 50 minutes.
Pretty much.
I just been asking questions because I'm just that type of person.
No, that's good though. I'm glad you're talking about it because it makes it interesting because there's a lot of shenanigans that go on in games.
You guys have been, even though you love Nintendo, you've been critical of them, and I'm just happy that y'all are happy. That's at the end of the day. That's what all matters is that you're happy with your purchase and you're happy with the games that you're playing.
Yeah, so far I don't have any complaints
right now.
See,
well, I have complaints, but I'm happy.
Why can't everybody be like Jaleesa?
Because Jaleesa, because here's the thing, Jaleesa is like. She's like a fangirl in a sense where she really likes Sony. But she's not a fangirl in the sense that only Sony can have good games, everybody else is trash.
Yeah.
That's why.
Nah, I'll never be like that. Even though I may not like a game, that don't mean nobody else don't have to like it.
Exactly.
That means I want everybody to like what I like.
Everybody is winning right now. There's literally no reason to be mad.
I don't want everybody to like what I like. That's boring.
Yep.
But when it comes to Horizon, for right now, for me, Horizon is the best game I've played so far this generation.
It looks like it's probably one of the best games on PlayStation right now, like
so
real talk.
Better than Uncharted 4?
Yes, it is.
Ooh, nice.
For me, that's just for me.
It looks. I'm not gonna lie. It does look like it's a better game than Uncharted. But that's just me though.
Yeah.
Personally.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing is too, for people who've played Uncharted, you've played Uncharted. They've done a lot of different things and narratives and stuff like that, but I think what it was is the fact that Guerrilla Games really showed me something with this game. And
I'm really
Sony,
proud of
Sony
them.
as well, because I don't think any other publisher would have let Guerrilla Games do another IP. Because Guerrilla Games has been doing Killzone since 2006, I believe. I think the first Killzone came out like 05, 06, maybe
Yeah.
04, somewhere in there.
It's
And
good
that's
that
all.
they, yeah, but it's good, but not to cut you off, but it's good that they made something new. And then it
They
was
need
also good and
they needed
successful. Like,
to.
that is awesome. Like, I love that.
Horizon shows me that they needed to do this.
Yeah.
They needed to take a break from Killzone. They needed to show other developers that they're how can I said it in my impressions video, one trick ponies, and that they can only do one type of game.
Yes, that's why I'm
And
so happy.
this also shows developers that they shouldn't be scared, or publishers that they shouldn't be scared to let some of these developers do something different. This is what I feel that this generation needed. It needed new. We all need new IPs to do well, because even though I love my PS3 and I love my PS2, I also love the fact that Sony is not afraid to kill franchises and start new ones.
Yeah, I like that too. It's good to have like a clean slate and like do some different stuff.
Yeah. And it the Naughty Dog does it. I wish all of the first parties do it. I want Polyphony. It's the guys that make Gran Turismo. I wish they would do a different game too. And just to take off time from doing the same old same. And I think the games turn out better. I feel when you take a break and then you do something different.
Yeah.
And then, to be honest with you, Guerrilla Games, in my opinion, did their open world RPG better than some of these people who only do open world RPGs.
Is that shots at Bethesda or no?
Oh.
I mean,
Shot.
for like Far Cry's and this
Like
is their first
Ubisoft.
RPG, and you would not think that this game was done by Guerrilla Games.
Yeah.
You would not think it. Like, you would be like, wow, these are the people who made Killzone, the storyless game. Like, only person or thing you only remember from the story is the Hellgas. Like, that's all you don't remember. Like, none of the characters are really memorable.
I didn't play enough of Killzone 2.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Guerrilla Games, their games always look good. They're kind of like a Crytek type of thing, where if you want to show off what your system can do, you put their game out, because their game's gonna always look good.
Yeah.
But that's the thing that I wasn't worried about. What I was worried about was Aloy. Was I gonna like her as a character?
Right.
How was the world gonna be level wise? How were they going to deal with having to throw in RPG elements when it come to crafting and skill trees and stuff like that? That's always been around,
Right.
but Guerrilla Games has never had to do before.
Right.
Because I can say, like, the game is very challenging. There's enough robots in the game where you don't see the same things all the time. Once you move along in the world, you see a lot of different robots. They got cauldrons. It's just like Tomb Raider tombs.
Mm-hmm.
So the cauldrons are dope. They're kind of like Tomb Raider tombs and Tomb Raider.
So let me ask you this then, let me ask you this then. So with like the enemies and stuff, like one of the biggest things that appealed to me about Horizon was the fact that you could fight these big old monsters. You know, like I love Monster Hunter, and so like how satisfying is it to take down one of those big dinosaur things? Like, how does that like play? Like, what all goes into that whole combat style when fighting those big old monsters?
How can I say this? When you fight certain things for the first time, you are not gonna have a clue how to beat them at first, because most of the time you're either your level isn't up enough, or they may just outsmart you because they're fucking aggressive as hell. There's some things I haven't even tried to beat. Like, I saw something level 18, and I was like level 10, and I was like, you know what? I ain't even finna try it. Like, I ran away. That's
Bro.
tried to run me down and kill me.
That sound like me and Xenoblade.
Saber-tooth thingies.
I could do it first try.
Man,
Erica, she about that life. She might be able to do the
it's
first
not
try.
a lot of things I don't like about the game. Only thing I will say that I feel like they can work on is the lip syncing. The lip
Yeah.
syncing is off, but
I
it's not
remember
really.
before. I remember what before that game. Like you remember that big old rant that I had on Twitter about a month or so ago, or before Horizon came out. It was about Horizon. Like
What
these
was it about?
people. I don't know, man. I was on like Facebook, and I saw these people basically like bashing on Horizon because of like the lip syncing issues and like some of the animations and the cutscenes. And it's like, really, like you're really gonna determine like a whole game based on like a cutscene and a couple of links. Like as long as the gameplay, in my opinion, I don't know. I'm a Nintendo fan, so I care about gameplay. You know,
Yeah,
so it's like as long as the gameplay is intact, that's all I care about. Like I understand if you're trying to get into the story, sometimes it might take you a little bit out of the story, but as long as it's fundamentally like it plays well and it's like good controls, like that's what I care about. So like when
yeah,
I hear people gripe about little small stuff, like first of all, it's a new IP, right? Like you griping about something. Like you don't know the budget of this game. You don't know how much time they had. Like it's a new IP. Like give it a chance to grow. You know what I'm saying? Like I could understand if it was like a storied franchise and we expect a little bit more. But like it's a new IP, man. Give it a chance to grow. And then if it comes out and it's trash, then yeah. But you cannot like judge a game based on something as small. I think is like lip syncing issues and like cutscenes, like having some little
but the
issues. You
thing
know?
is, cutscenes aren't bad like that. It's only like you know how when you do side missions,
Yeah, it's
and
like
like
side
on
missions.
Fallout, you know how on Fallout when you talk to people and it's like that you see one face and then you see another face and then you see another face. It's like the
Their eyes are like bobbing around. It's
Oh
like
yeah, but
shoot.
it's not everybody though. Like it's not
Yeah.
everybody you talk to. And they was like, well, her face doesn't have any emotion or feeling or anything like that. Like that's the people from Fallout. I can tell the people from Fallout that they hired. I can tell they did that part because of the just the way their faces are just so bland and like
Mhm.
it's just like that. Um, but another thing that I think they can iron out like it's just small things like when you're swimming. I was wishing that maybe there was like dinosaurs that was in the water that was like kind of like fish or something like that. I thought that was
That'd be
kind of that was
hot.
yeah. I was like that because you could just swim and swim and swim and swim and nothing try to kill you. I'm like nothing trying to kill me in the water. Okay. The end of the water animations or oh physics whatever you want to call it. They need to work on those too. There's a little small things though that I really don't care about that they can be fleshed out. I think they can add way more to the game next time around, but for their first like go around, I'm very impressed. And also, they finally made a meaningful character, somebody we care about. Um, Sony is always known for making new mascots for each generation, and I finally think since Nathan Drake is gonna go away for a while, I think Aloy is that new face of PlayStation, and they can push her.
Yeah.
She's likable.
How do you feel about her name? I'm not like a huge fan.
Aloy,
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
I don't mind it. It's
It
different.
takes getting used to, I guess.
I mean I don't mind it. I love how, even since I know Erica played it. How did you like the opening cinematic?
Oh, it's so beautiful. Like I talked about it in my first impressions. Like I was just like my jaw was dropped. That part, I mean, graphically, just and the music's awesome.
Not even just that part. It's certain parts in the game where you have a cinematics like that,
Uh huh.
and like I'm gonna see. Have you gotten past the proving yet?
Just barely. Like
Okay,
I'm right
but
after
after the
that.
proving, it'll happen again. You'll see.
Yeah, I can't wait. Like I'm hoping to get back on it soon. I want to. I have been wanting to go back to it. I'm like craving it.
I'll tell you like this.
It's
Once you
just
get past
Zelda,
the
you know.
proving, once you get past the proving, the game opens wide open.
Okay.
And
Okay,
you
that's what
gonna
I want to
be like,
see. Yeah.
oh, like the story starts to formulate more. You gonna be like, holy shit, this is happening and that is happening, and then it kind of piques your interest because most of the story wise is basically you trying to figure out Aloy, who Aloy really is, and who her mother really
Right.
is.
Yeah, because that's what. Well, we don't want to
Yeah,
spoil
no
it.
spoilers, no spoilers, no spoilers, no spoilers.
I mean, it's not a spoiler. That's the thing of the game. You're trying to figure out who she is.
Right.
Nobody
Right.
knows who Aloy is, where she
Hmm.
comes from, why the world is the way that it is. You're figuring all of that out, and also when you're doing these missions, these side missions, they help build the world.
Right.
So it's not like your missions are like meaningless and you're doing them for nothing. Like you're crafting everything on the fly, which is dope because you're gonna need to fight them down those robots.
I'm so ready. I can't wait to do that, yo. Like that reminds me of like Xenoblade. I don't know if y'all ever seen me play Xenoblade Chronicles X, but like there was big monsters like that in the game, and like that was so satisfying. Finally, like being powered up enough. Yes, I'm so ready.
Body one good time, like you use your focus, and you can like tell what they're weak against and such. That don't mean you gonna kill them as easy. Like just because you know the weaknesses, that don't mean you gonna kill them that easy.
It just helps a little.
Yeah.
It just helps.
You have to craft everything from your pouches, your potions, like the pouches that the potions go in, how much you can carry. They got modifications for different weapons. You have to learn how to do certain weapons with how to use different weapons to fight different types of robots. Because all robots aren't going to get killed the same. Like some are like fire, some are corrupted, some you can kill with ice. And then there's some I haven't even seen yet, but I've seen other people do videos of fighting like big birds and the Tyrannosaurus Rexes and saber-tooths, and it's a whole bunch of different types of things, man. It's wild. Like you can do 3 story missions and then just go out into the wild and not do any more missions.
Yeah.
And just see a whole bunch of different stuff. And
BTW, you guys, you can look forward to Jaleesa's full impressions on SheAttack.com this weekend. So gotta plug that real quick.
I mean, the game is just fun. I want to say one more thing. I feel like every game from now on needs to have a photo mode.
Oh yeah, definitely. I love that thing.
Since Last of Us, I think photo mode is something that a lot of I would love. Like Zelda would be dope to have a photo mode where you can just stop it and you can change the time of day, and like I've been seeing so many people do wallpapers and like just doing stuff for their videos for YouTube using that photo mode. I think that joint is dope.
Yeah, like you can take pictures in the game. Like Link has a camera, but it's not like where you can edit with like filters and stuff like that. And share it from there.
Photo mode was dope. I was like, you can be in mid, like Nia, you can dead ass like mid be fighting this big beast and do something crazy and just
be like mid air. Yeah, it's awesome.
Jumping in the air, you can be sliding and hitting something from below, and you can like pause the game at that moment, and then you can twist the camera, change the saturation, change the time of day, all of that stuff right then and there. And that's just me because we YouTube and we like artsy.
Yeah, for sure.
Shit like that is cool. It has nothing to do with the gameplay,
but we like little stuff like that. It helps us, make our content and stuff like that.
Little details and Shadow of Mordor had that too, and I was always taking pictures. So I'm assuming the new one will have it.
That's that beautiful. You're gonna want to take screenshots of it. The game is just outright for it to be as open as it is beautiful.
That's good. I'm glad. I have to get off Zelda, and then I got to get some change.
Every time I think okay, tonight I'm gonna play her. I'm ready. I'm pumped. And then I get home and I look at my Switch and I'm like, just an hour of Zelda.
That's why I told you I could out. That's why I didn't buy them games so close together.
See, you're smart.
What about Mass Effect though? Are you gonna get off of that?
Mass Effect gonna have to wait, dog.
Like I finally determined I'm like I can't do this. I have to wait on Mass Effect because it's like impossible. How? I still have to beat Neo.
Oh, you haven't beat Neo?
Erica ain't beat these games. You gotta get it together, girl.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But I know you busy, so.
Crazy.
This is exactly why I didn't buy Nier, because I'm like, you know what? Because
I want Nier. Like, here's the thing. I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of games that I wanted, and then Zelda came out, and I was like, what? What game? I'm not even gonna lie to you. That's exactly what happened. But I still want to get these games down the line. But I know for a fact I cannot play Zelda and then these other games at the same time.
See, you're smart. Me, on the other hand.
I know me. I know me. I know who I am as a person. That's a character flaw, I guess.
It depends on the genre. So I can play two different games that aren't in the same genre.
Yeah, but two open world games though? Nah.
Yeah, it's
The thing about Ghost Recon, the reason why I'm gonna be getting that, just because it's a shooting, I can shoot. You know what I'm saying? It's not really an RPG per se.
That's a game that I kind of want too. I'll probably get it for the PC at some point.
See, I can play both of those, but like when Persona 5 comes out, I'm not gonna be able to play Horizon. I'm just not.
Just go ahead and beat it now.
Yeah, that's why I'm not trying to buy nothing.
Yeah.
Like, don't buy nothing. Don't buy no games that you know you're not gonna be able to play them probably till the end of the year.
Yeah, it's so many games. Like the first half of this year is so packed, dude.
Yeah. Jalisa, did you ever get For Honor?
No.
Oh, see, I didn't either. And
there's so many games. There's so many games.
I liked it.
But it's like, how do you prioritize what gets bought at launch window? You know what I mean? Like, there's so many.
It's too many.
For Honor is a really good game, and I'm really glad that Persona 5 did not come out, because if it would have came out, something would have had Horizon might have had to take that L.
Dang.
I'm sorry, Horizon took the L for Zelda. I'm not even gonna lie.
Man of Persona, I love Persona.
Cause I was like, dude, I was legit planning on getting Horizon day one. And then they were like, oh, Legend of Zelda coming in 3/3/17. I was like, yo, that's a couple of days. I was like, I don't know about this one. So I'll get it later.
It's been my most anticipated game for the past, 3 years.
Dude, I know those feels, dude. I know those feels. That's how I was with Zelda. Like, Zelda was my most anticipated game for, 2014, 2015, and 2016.
Mine was, when The Witcher came out. Witcher came out when? When they
was it 2015?
When they first showed it, it was
Witcher came out in 2015.
So Witcher and Persona were my two top games for past 3 years.
Yeah.
So if it would have came out when they said it was gonna come out before they pushed it back, which I'm glad they did. Horizon. It's
actually a blessing in the skies. To be honest, there's so many games out right now.
People are scared of November, man, because they know what's coming.
But then now everybody's coming in the beginning of the year, and that made it worse. There's so many games. What just came out? Horizon came out. Nier literally just came out. Neo came out. Zelda came out.
What else
Yakuza 0 came out. Resident Evil came out. All of these games at the beginning of the year. Forgot about Gravity Rush. That's another game I wanted.
Ghost Recon came out. Kingdom Hearts is gonna come out again.
What did you say, Erica?
Oh, I was saying, did you guys say Neo?
Yeah, Neo. Yeah, Neo. So many games.
I think in 4 days, what is it, March 14th, PlayStation got Danganronpa. Even I've never played the game, but it's got a 90 overall already.
Yeah.
It comes out on the 14th.
Yeah, so it's there's a lot of games right now. So now it's almost do you guys think that the spring is gonna be another fall going forward? Because just look at how these how about all these freaking games
I think Sony has already showed people that they can sell games in this time of the year. I think that's what they've been trying to do.
Well, that's not what I'm really asking. I'm asking do you think this is gonna be the new fall where everybody just want to cram their games at the beginning of the year?
I don't know, because November's going to be crowded too.
I think November is always going to have your Call of Duties, your Battlefield.
I feel like that's shooter season.
Shooter season, new console season.
Yeah, because Destiny 2 is coming this year.
Destiny.
Oh, it is?
Battlefront.
I
didn't even know those games were coming. That's all about how the loop I am.
Destiny 2 might sell better than the first one did, because it's actually gonna be. I think it's gonna be better.
Man,
Shadow.
I might actually. If it's legit, I might actually scoop it, because I passed on the first one.
Better though, with the patches and
they lost me. It was too late.
If you would get it now, and it's a totally different game.
I pre-ordered that game 2 years in advance, bro.
Yeah.
What else? I remember that.
What was Mario is coming. Then you got, hopefully, Rockstar come through, and
Xenoblade 2, if that joint decides to come out for real in 2017.
What else? And then we don't know what's coming at E3.
We gonna see.
There's gonna be games at E3 that will be dropping this no like August, September, November.
I already don't have no money, bro. Like they gotta chill.
Shit, this is another 2013, baby.
What came out in 2013? You keep saying that. I don't even remember what came out in 2013.
I do.
What came out?
Grand Theft Auto 5 came out.
In 2013. So Last of Us, Grand Theft Auto 5.
Nino Kuni came out. That's like one of the best RPGs ever.
I don't remember 2013.
I don't remember 20. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't remember 2013.
Because you know that's the same year the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One came out, and then games were still dropping.
What the heck was I playing in 2013? Wasn't Link Between Worlds that came out
In 2013?
Or was that 2014?
Yeah, because GameSpot made it game of.
Yeah, I was playing that, but that was like in the fall, or like what was I playing before that? I don't even remember because I didn't get my PS4 until 2014.
I don't remember anything that happened in 2013. What was I doing?
Like one of the best years because we got like some.
I think I was still playing like Gears 3 and like still hanging on to the last gen. I think that's what I was doing.
Yeah, I don't know. I barely remember last year, let alone 2013.
2014 was good. I remember 2014.
Yeah.
Shadow of Mordor.
Yeah, I remember 2014.
Shadow of Mordor, I think, is not gonna be the underdog as it was before, since it did so.
Oh heck no! It's gonna have some steam on it.
I still need to play that game. I have that game on Steam, and I haven't even.
That's a you gotta play it.
I haven't even downloaded it yet.
The Nemesis
you'll like it.
System is awesome, and this time I think they really pushing the Nemesis system.
Mm-hmm. It's like a true sequel. They're like really going all out. And just like enhancing the system that's already there.
My man's face though, like listen, my man's face looks terrible. But I think that was like alpha footage that we saw. Okay, so 2013 was Black Flag, BioShock Infinite.
Oh yeah.
The Last of Us, Metro Last Light, Rayman Legends. Let me see, Devil May Cry, Injustice, Saints Row 4, Outlast, Crisis 3, Far Cry 3, Blood Dragon, Dead Space 3, Super Mario 3D World, Dead Rising, the Tomb Raider came out that year. That's when they
yeah.
What else?
Okay, you refreshing my memory now. Yeah. A lot of good games did come out that year.
Yeah, that was the end of the generation, beginning of the generation. When everything, I was like, y'all don't remember that year?
I think that's when Gears Judgment came out, huh? That trash.
I don't know.
I think it is because I remember like Monster Hunter and that came out on the same day.
Yeah, that was a transition year for me.
Yeah, I think it was a
trash year for me, honestly.
I think 2013 was a transition year for a lot of people because the systems came out at the end of the year, and we were still getting great games from our older consoles.
Yeah.
That was when like BioShock was big that year. Of course, Last of Us was big.
Last of Us was awesome.
Tomb Raider was big that year.
Yeah, it was like I remember like Tomb Raider was like that deal because it's like Tomb Raider is back, baby.
Yeah, I told y'all 2013 was a good year, man. Like,
yeah.
I think this year is beating it though.
I think this year so far is beating it. But 2013 was a good year. I do agree.
If you asked me to make the perfect year, I would have said new Zelda, new Mass Effect, and new Red Dead. Drop them like
dang, and that's actually happening.
And that should be happening. And then on top of it, new Shadow of Mordor, freaking a Bloodborne kind of game with Neo. I mean, I can't be any happier with this year. Like this year is.
I'm ecstatic. I'm happy. I got games that I enjoy, and there's games for everybody. I think there's not one game that's the same, which is very.
That's good. A lot of variety.
Yakuza isn't like Horizon. Horizon isn't like Zelda. Zelda isn't like Halo Wars 2. Like all these different types of games are out, and even third party too. Like third party got some games out there for people. For Honor, Ghost Recon, Resident Evil. Like there's a little bit of everything for everybody.
That's true.
Yeah, I want to play Mass Effect. A lot of people aren't really happy with the direction, but I'm like I still want to play it. Because they're making it more like an action adventure versus an RPG. Like, I'm actually okay with that, personally. But I like action adventure games, so.
We do have questions in the chat. I don't know if you want to.
Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and jump into the questions because we at like almost an hour 20 right now. I was not expecting to go this long, but we've had we're live and we don't have the tools to edit it out.
Games to talk about, baby.
Yeah, that's what it's about. It's about the games. So let me see. I had a question from DevBird1. He says, do you think the difficulty of Zelda makes the DLC hard mode worth it? I need to know what that hard mode is. Like, if it's just like a regular, like, rinky-dink hard mode that should have been there from day one, then I'm not going to be happy with that regardless, even though the game itself is hard. But if it's like some kind of extra mode where it's like a special mode, I'm okay with that. It just depends on what it is.
I'm the same way. Like, if it's just the enemies have more health or something like that, no. That's, like, weak. But if they have, like, shrines and other things that actually switch up the puzzles and make them harder or something, then that'd be cool.
Yeah, I'm okay with stuff like that. But not, like, say, like, hero mode. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, that's not cool. But even though hero mode is in the game, by the way. I think it's called pro mode in this game.
Or what if it's just, like... What if it's like the same game, but like the items are just really scarce or something? I don't know. Like, I don't know if that's possible.
Ooh, that's scary. I don't want that. It's already hard enough as it is finding.
I know.
Finding weapons.
What I'm saying. Like, it's pretty hard as it is.
I'm okay with the difficulty that I have. Thank you.
It's at a good place. It's at a good place right now. I feel like.
Yes, I am okay with this. I'm a weenie, so I'm okay with this difficulty, my dudes. One thing that I will say, though, is that considering how much time I've spent in The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, for them to come out with some DLC with an extra story mode, like, bruh. I don't even know, like, how am I going to do this? I don't even know.
That'll be in the fall, right?
Yes.
Okay. That's like a must-buy.
I just... Hopefully it's some stuff like you get to play with Zelda and see like what her quest was within like that time frame. Is like, dude. Anyway, I don't want to make this a longer podcast than it needs to be. So,
another question. Do you think Final Fantasy VII will go to the Switch?
I think it depends on if it sells. Because Square Enix has always been kind of cozy with Nintendo on like the handheld side. Like, Square Enix, like, and Nintendo, like, they're tight. So I think that if, like, and this goes with pretty much every third-party game. I think that if the Nintendo Switch actually sells, you're gonna see games, bro. Because, like, a lot, even though, like, the console is not on the same level as, like, the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One, it has developer tools that makes it easier to port. Like, it supports Unreal Engine 4. It supports the latest version of Unity. It supports, I think it also supports CryEngine. Don't quote me on that. It supports, what's that EA engine? I don't remember the name. It supports like modern APIs like Vulkan and DirectX 11 and all that. So like the developer tools are in there. But Nintendo has to make sure that they get these things in people's hands. Because really that's what it boils down to. Because even on the Wii had third-party support. Because you know why? It sold. And that Wii was like straight up like trash. It was trash hardware. Let's keep it real. But it still got like the Call of Duties. It still got a variation of Dead Space. You know what I'm saying? It got stuff like Red Steel 2, which are awesome. No More Heroes, which is coming back supposedly to the Switch. So if it sells, it'll get the stuff. Yeah, if it sells, it'll get games. Like, that's just point blank period. And there's another comment. What do you think Capcom and Nintendo have cooked up for E3? I don't follow Capcom that closely, so I don't know. For Nintendo, I don't know, man. I think that for sure, whatever Retro Studios is doing, we gonna see. That's what I personally think. If not, I'm gonna be sad. Because they've been working on something for the last couple of years. They've been hiring out the wazoo, like, even as up to, like, a month or two ago. They working on something big, I think. And a lot of people don't know this, but Retro Studios, like, they have been expanding, too. Just like Monolith Soft has been expanding. Like, they have a bigger studio now. They've been hiring mad people. And they have enough people to make 2 games at once now. So, like, they're growing. So, I think they working on something, man. They working on something. It's either a new IP, it's either a Metroid, but they working on something, dude.
New Metroid would be nice.
Dude, if it's not a new Metroid, I'm going to be sad, low-key. But if it's something new, I'll be okay with that, too.
As long as it looks promising and good.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be fine with that.
I know a lot of hardcore people who love Metroid.
Man, Metroid is...
The way I feel about Zelda, like, I feel pretty similar to Metroid.
Metroid
like,
is dope, dude.
It's just so iconic to me. Like, it's just, man.
You know, it's funny. Like, I didn't grow up on Metroid. I didn't play Metroid until I was an adult.
Did you play Super Metroid? Or no?
Yeah, I played Super Metroid, but I didn't play Super Metroid until I was an adult.
Okay, I played it as a kid. I beat it as a kid.
That's crazy. You beat Super Metroid as a kid?
I don't know how old I was. Like an older kid.
Oh,
like,
okay.
Like 11.
Okay, cool, yeah.
12 maybe. I don't know. No, maybe 10.
Never played
Metroid. I loved that game.
Super Metroid is lit, but I really have an affinity for Metroid Prime 3. Maybe just because, like, I think I was impressed by 3D Metroid. Like, I really was impressed by it. I tried Metroid Prime. Yeah, like, I tried Metroid Prime 1 and 2 in the GameCube, but I didn't like the controls. But I like it on the Wii. I do like the controls on the Wii.
I did hear it's, like, improved on the Wii. So.
It is much better on the Wii.
Yeah, I could see that.
The Truth, he asked a question about Horizon, about the changing the day and night. If you go to photo mode, all you have to do is click, I think it's L1, R1 to go and scroll, and it should be in one of those menus where you can change the time, and you should be able to do it that way.
I honestly didn't even know that either, so that's cool.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. So I guess that's it, man. I think we pretty much exhausted all of our topics. We had a lot to say tonight. We might have to start doing Boss Lair Live more.
Oh, yeah.
I think that makes for a more interesting show, in my opinion. It's up to y'all. It's not just my decision.
I don't mind it.
I don't mind it. I mean, it's less editing for you, and, you know, we can interact with the people watching. So, yeah.
Exactly.
I'm for it.
Done with it.
It is up as soon as it's we done with this.
Exactly.
Oh, my goodness.
Anything else, it's just ready.
Yes.
No gameplay though, you know.
No gameplay. I gotta figure that out. Like, maybe I have to, like, whenever I'm playing a game, just record and just have it playing, like, in the background through, like, a media source on OBS. I think that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna start doing.
Hour of gameplay or something.
Yeah, and just let it loop. It'll be all right.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all will be all right, right? With looped, like, gameplay, y'all be all
right. or we might have one time where we're, like, paired and we'll be on camera. You know,
yeah.
We'll probably switch it up.
Maybe.
Or we can all play a game for the week and then send gameplay from it.
I'm okay with this. Hey,
we got it. Ain't like for me and Erica on PS4.
Just send me what you got. Cause I used Erica's gameplay for the last Boss Lair. I used her Neo gameplay.
Yeah, I could always just like upload stuff and put it like unlisted.
Yeah, put it unlisted.
Snag it.
Yeah, I'm okay with
Definitely.
that. That's a plan. That sounds great. I love it. We came up with a plan on the spot. That's why we the bosses. That's why we call this show Boss Lair, because we get stuff done. You feel me?
Yep.
Whatever. I ain't see you making up stuff on the spot.
I love you, dear.
Mwah, love you, boo. So that said, you guys, this is episode 5 of Boss Lair. Thank you guys so much for coming through. Don't forget that we do have a Patreon and we need money for things like going to events that I couldn't go to this weekend because PAX East is expensive and your girl is poor. So that helps us with that. It also helps us with the equipment so that we can have like those boss cameras, bring you guys some good quality content. We can get good mics for Boss Lair so you guys can continue listening to a great show. Also, don't forget that if you are interested in supporting us by buying a shirt with the SheAttack logo on it, we do have those on Spreadshirt. So we have a shop. It's called shop.spreadshirt.com/ She Attack. If you want one of those joints, go ahead and check them out. We have them in men's and women's sizes. And I think they look pretty nice. I think they are very nicely made quality t-shirts. We also do plan on having some designs coming in the future. I haven't had a chance to really work on any or outsource to anybody to get us some designs. But we will be having a Boss Lair t-shirt design at some point or another at some point. I need to kind of get started on that, huh? I'm thinking about that now as I go. And don't forget, if you are a Patreon, you will get a shout out on Boss Lair in our scroll in the outro. We got a couple of names there right now. Just kind of show you guys love. Thank you guys so much for being Patreons of our channel. And of course, don't forget to check out SheAttack.com, where all of this will be posted and it spawns from. That is the home of all of our content, and not just our video content. So yeah, go ahead and check that out. It's Nia Pierce, editor-in-chief at SheAttack.com. I'm going to go ahead and give the floor to my ladies. Let them go ahead and give their outros. Jaleesa, go ahead and give your outro. Let the people know where they can find you and all that good stuff.
Well, I would like to say it was nice getting back with my ladies and doing a podcast. I just love talking about video games with people who enjoy video games, man.
Yeah.
So, shouts out to everybody who's in the chat, and the actual people who will be commenting later. Definitely gonna come back to the video and say thank you for watching and all that good stuff. Y'all can reach me at crunkgirl711 on Twitter. And yeah, man, I'm out. And also, check out the YouTube channel, at crunkgirl711. Find content on there. Mostly been playing Horizon, so that's what you'll see on the channel for right now.
Because we gameplay focused, baby. We focus on that gameplay. You feel me?
Also Twitch as well. Find me on there, crunkgirl711. And yeah, man, thanks for coming through, and I really appreciate it.
All right, Erica, go ahead and give your outro.
All right, you guys, it was fun. Thanks to everybody listening, watching live. Appreciate you guys. Like Nia was saying, check out our Patreon. Appreciate you guys just supporting the channel, supporting SheAttack.com. You can find me on Twitter and YouTube, Ericuts for the win. Also on Twitch, but I've been slacking, trying to get back in the groove of streaming. But I'm always on Twitter, and my YouTube is more consistent. So if you guys want to check out my videos. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
For sure. And don't forget to check out Erica. She's going to actually be on a Throwdown podcast tonight after this.
Yeah, I'm going straight to another podcast right after this.
Hosted by the homie Tony. So yeah, go ahead and check that out if you're following her on Twitter. She'll have all the information there for you so that you guys can go and look at or listen to that podcast as well. So it's been real, and we'll talk to you guys later. Peace.
Later.
Not live no more?
Yeah, we just letting the outro scroll right now. I don't think there's music playing, which is weird.